I don't like gifts, so like I feel you.
You don't like gifts?
Nah.
How come?
Because gifts aren't selfless. Like if somebody give you a gift, right? They want you to like it because it's really about them. It's not about you. They want to feel like they did something right for you. If somebody gave you a gift and then you was like, all right, for sure, thanks, they're gonna be mad. So
you might be the first person I ever heard that said they don't like gifts.
You ever seen a look at somebody's face when they give you a gift? They waiting for you to get them reassurance that they did the right thing.
I be doing that.
People selfish as hell, bro. Hang you some shit and stare in your eyes, bro. That shit is crazy.
I'll be like, look, I got this for you. And I'll be excited because I like to give gifts. I like to give people gifts.
You like to give gifts, right?
I love to give gifts, but I love to give gifts to people who love to receive gifts because then they're happy and it makes me happy to see them happy.
But it's still about you being happy.
It's more so, maybe it is.
Thank y'all for tuning in. This is the Twanee Talks Podcast. I am your host, Twanee Baby. We're going to start it off with my homeboy, my brother, Mudnoc Slick, you dig? Sorry it's been a while, but I am back, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Mudnoc, what up? Hey.
Hey, yeah, it's a celebration. Showtime Part 2, mind elevation.
Hey.
We on that digital retro, so I'ma get it cracking from the get-go.
Let's go. Hey.
Y'all know I'm back to business.
Yeah.
Hustle game tight, raps tremendous.
Yeah.
Raised in the hood, so the trap is in me. First things first, gotta stack my spinach.
Shout out to my 859 brother.
Wanna see my downfall, but
what
I'm
up,
back
Lex?
like Obama at
Lex
the
Town,
town
Lex
hall.
Vegas.
Meeting, speaking to the public.
Hey.
Whether you shining or you riding in a bucket.
Let's go.
Turn this shit up in your Benz or your Cutlass.
We gonna turn up a little bit,
Hit the
you dig?
button, say fuck it. I said turn this shit up.
Gotta show
in
out
your
for my
Benz or
brothers.
your Cutlass.
Hey.
And hit the button, say fuck it.
Oh yeah.
Hello world.
Reporting live from the ghetto world.
It's Mudnoc Slick.
Yeah.
What's up? What's cracking? How y'all doing? What's happening?
Mudnoc, what up?
Reporting live from the ghetto world. It's Mudnoc Slick. What's up?
Hey.
Oh, what's cracking?
Hey.
How y'all doing? What's happening? Oh shit.
Hey.
Oh shit.
Hey.
What's up? What's cracking? How y'all
Yeah.
doing?
Okay.
What's happening?
Hey. Welcome to the Twanee Talks Podcast. I am your host, Twanee Baby.
It's your boy, Twanee Baby.
KFY, boy. We are back with episode 2. And today's topic, we are talking about a very interesting question that I pose to a lot of people. Must you accept things that you didn't ask for? And also, must you apologize for someone hurting you? Must you accept things that you didn't ask for? And also, must you apologize for someone hurting you? How do you respond to something like that? To a question like that? How do you respond when someone is trying to give you something that you never asked for? With grace? With anger? With honesty? Let's dive into it. Let's have a conversation.
It's your boy, Twanee Baby.
A KFY, boy. So does it come off as being self-serving when someone does something for you, but it's full of things that they actually like to do themselves? And if it's your special day, any day, Father's Day, birthday, just a celebratory day of you getting a new job, you accomplishing a goal, if someone tries to do something for you, how will you respond to that? Like, what is your initial response? I think me personally, every time it's occurred in my life, and it's been something that maybe I didn't ask for, and knowingly I didn't even want, it just depends on my emotional maturity at that time. You know, I believe myself to be a person that is emotionally intelligent, but I still have work to do. Like I said in the first episode, I am actively seeking and actively in therapy to unpack trauma in my life and from things that have occurred, and I just want to be able to process things that come my way in the best way possible. But I ask myself, is it self-serving when someone does something for me that they enjoy themselves in my moment? Or should I just appreciate someone doing something for me regardless? Because a lot of people don't. And sometimes I think because a lot of people don't do anything for me that I don't deserve it. And maybe I should accept things that I didn't ask for. But we're going to, continue to examine that as well. Do I actually know what I like? And if people are trying to do things for me and I don't know what I like, should I even be upset about it? I'm forever evolving to the person that I'm supposed to be. And things are changing. My hobbies, my habits, the things I enjoy, the people I want to be around, it's constantly changing. So is my response based on the lack of knowledge that I have for myself, or my response based on the harm that I think I'm receiving in those moments when someone is trying to do something for me? Am I being clear about what I need, what I want, what I like? Do I allow space for people to do for me? Maybe I'm indecisive. Could I be a people pleaser? I think over the years I had become a people pleaser until I let go of the expectations that people have for me. I think there's a really, really important quote that I actually ran into recently. Not sure who the author of this quote is, but it really stuck out to me. It goes, once you ruin your reputation, you can live quite freely. Again, once you've ruined your reputation, you can live quite freely. So when people are trying to do something for me, do I, respond based on how I feel about myself? I think it really just comes down to your emotional maturity and you knowing yourself and you believing that people have your best interest at heart, although they may slip up and may not do certain things at a time that you really want them to. And again, communication is key. Do you talk to people and tell people what you want? I have been a person that has been really hard to befriend based on my expectations of what a friendship is. Sometimes I expect people to know how I feel about things because I am very vocal and I do talk a lot. And I figure if you hang around me, you can figure it out. But that's not always the case. You got to be vocal about the things that you like, that you don't like. And a close friend of mine actually told me that. He said, hey, just make sure you know what you like and what you don't like and what you would deal with and what you won't deal with, and communicate that so that other people, that want to do things for you can do things for you. And it would eliminate a lot of confusion, a lot of things that could possibly derail a good friendship, relationship, or otherwise. And my thing is, hey, effort is shown or displayed by the attention that is paid. So if you pay attention to how I move, what I like, and things of that nature, I think that you would understand what I like and what I would appreciate. But sometimes that's not even enough. You got to convey that and let people know what you like or what you would appreciate. And you don't want to waste anybody's time. And I think that I have some growing up to do in that area, to where I don't expect people to automatically know what I'm thinking or how I'm feeling or what I like or what I don't like. I don't think it's fair to other people that try to do things for me. And if I've offended anyone, I apologize. But again, it goes to just me learning myself as I evolve, because things change. I don't appreciate the same things that I used to. I don't like the same things that I used to. So as I evolve, I think that my people should evolve with me, but sometimes that's not the case. You got to really vocalize how you feel about things and where you're at with, a lot of things. I am not a gift person. I gifts really don't resonate with me at all. I am not a gifts person.
Gifts Gifts.
Nah.
Gifts.
Nah.
More gifts.
Gifts just don't resonate with me. My love languages are, and it seems to be, words of affirmation. Well, since the last time I did the test, it was physical touch, quality time, but words of affirmation seem to be in there as well, right? When people give me things, it's not that I'm unappreciative. It just isn't my thing. So how do I convey that when somebody's trying to give me a gift and I'm kind of like, oh, thanks, but it's not really my thing. And I think that has to do with, things, and people have said in the past, when they do something for me or they give me something, they throw it in my face. So I learned not to appreciate that as much, things being given or words being vocalized. And how important is my response when I am given a gift that I don't appreciate? What is the mature response when something is given to you when you don't care for it? And I think that a lot of people challenge you when you respond in a certain way and say that they are more mature than you. But how? And why do they say that? I'm a very direct Aries man. And sometimes it, is very challenging for me to be direct because it comes off as me being a straight asshole. But I just don't want to waste any time when having a conversation about someone or something. What is maturity at that point? Like, what is the mature thing to do? And I think that I kind of struggle with that. There's nothing personal when it comes to that, but hey, just don't bring it my way again. I just would rather not deal with it. But anyways, this is going to come out after Father's Day, but shout out to all the fathers. I'm not a father. I get the birthday. I get the Christmas things, maybe the Valentine's Day. That's really not a dude holiday. And I'm a guy that doesn't really like gifts. So if you want to get me something, I'm pretty simple. Just quality time for real. But don't make it about you on my day. That's the only thing that I don't like. Understand and observe what I like to do and be there. If you're in my life, I've included you in the things that I like to do. So even if you don't value it, that doesn't mean devalue it when it comes to me. Value what I want to do and what I like to do more than what your feelings are telling you to value it as. But, I can be calmer in my responses. I can be healthier in my responses. I can be kind in my responses. I can be honest in my responses. Arthur Helps has a quote. It says, it reads, "Wise sayings often fall on barren ground, but a kind word is never thrown away." And I think that resonates with me pretty heavy. Again, me being direct sometimes isn't the kindest thing to do or say. But I just want to know, or want to let the person know who I'm communicating with, hey, I don't like this. I just don't like this. It causes for a reaction when you respond a certain way about things that are given to you or things that people want to do for you that you don't appreciate. And sometimes those people react on the other end. So how do you deal with that? And they may do something to hurt you because they are hurt for trying to do something for you. So do you apologize for that? Do you apologize for your reaction, your response? If they hurt you while they were trying to do something for you because they didn't pay attention to what you like, who you are, what resonates with you. Why do people want to give you and do things that you don't like, that you don't appreciate? I don't know. So when you respond and then that person responds, is a negative reaction excused? Is it called whatever it's categorized to be? How do you communicate that you're disappointed in something that was given to you? And again, what do you do? What are the steps for you to be able to communicate clearly? Are you in therapy? Do you self-evaluate how you're responding to this person? Do you need to do more of what makes you happy so that you can recognize what you need from this person, this prayer or meditation work? How do you connect with others when things aren't going your way? Do you get up and move around? Do you exercise? Do you loosen up a bit so that you can have a proper response or a better response to things that are occurring in your life? Do you help others in your time of grief or disappointment? Does that change your mood by helping others? It does for me. It's weird though, because I never really thought about how I respond when somebody's trying to do something for me, because a lot of the times people don't. I think on a small level, especially in my hometown, and a lot of people I know, they think I'm always okay. Do I put on this tough guy or okay facade to hide that, I am in pain about some things? Do I allow people to come in my life and to help me grow? I mean, some things that are impact in therapy is just you got to keep living it and allow people to be there for you. Don't be afraid to keep trying, although you've been hurt and disappointed before, but don't be afraid to try and find your people that understand you wholeheartedly without you changing anything about you. Although you constantly grow. But yeah, man, it's a tough thing when you want to grow and you want to respond in a healthy way. You want to give people what they ask for with a positive response of what they do for you. And I don't think, I've gotten a lot of presents or fell in love with the art of someone doing something for me. And I think if you're like me, you just have to allow space for you to be disappointed so that you will know what you like and what you don't like. I think that's healthy. You just have to allow things to happen and allow things to occur. You can't just operate in a zone of silence and a zone of isolation. You got to stop letting the fear of things not going your way shape you and shape your decisions in life and shape who you're around and shape, what you appreciate. I suggest just being an open book to everything that comes your way so that hey, I don't like this. I appreciate this. I love this. This is best suited for me and where I'm trying to go. This person, these people, this community, this activity. Yeah, and like my homeboy said, man, just be clear about what you like and what you don't like. It's just tough sometimes, man. Like when you come from a family of love and your family's telling you that they love you, your family's supportive of you, or maybe not as supportive as you would think they should be. Sometimes people don't know how to support you. Man, as I talk here, I'm going back and forth in my mind of what to say and how to convey how I feel about certain things and how I would respond. I haven't responded the best when people try to do things for me, and I think it has something to do with, how I feel about myself sometimes. Being so devoted to my work, being so devoted to what I think the world should be, being so devoted to how I think people should treat me and how I treat people and what I deserve. Sometimes I need to humble myself as well and just allow people to do and not be too judgmental about what they actually do for me. That's very hard to do though, especially when you think highly of yourself. You think that you deserve a certain level of appreciation shown, but sometimes people are just doing their best for you. And sometimes you can just respond kinder, and kindness wins, trumps all. So moving forward, I'll just try to, respond kinder to people that at least have the thought and the awareness to do something for me that celebrates me or an attempt to celebrate me. But let's go to the phone lines. Thank y'all for listening in. This is the Twanee Talks Podcast, episode 2.
It's your boy Twanee Baby.
A KFY boy. Let's see what the people have to say about must you accept things that you didn't ask for, and also must you apologize for people hurting you? You dig? Let's see what the folks have to say about that. Take it to the phone lines. Take it to the phone lines.
Hey, Twanee, this is Brie Renee, leaving your voicemail to answer these questions. So, for the first question, must you accept things that you never asked for? I don't think that is so much about acceptance as it is about recognizing that things are happening for you and not to you. So that way, when you're looking at certain things that are happening, it's more of I know that this is happening because something else that is great is coming my way.
Gotcha.
Or I know that this is happening because it's making room. This person is removing themselves from me. This stress is removing, this stress being listed is removing, this negativity from me. It's all about perspective. So
perspective.
I don't know that accept is the correct word for that. It's just a knowing, inside knowing that things are happening for you and not to you. So acceptance may not be necessary.
I like that, Bree. I think that has something to do with emotional maturity as well, that you can accept that something is happening for you and not to you. It's not malicious. It's people not understanding or not being able to figure out what you actually like or what you don't like. But the intent is always good. It's not malicious. And it's a mind trick, really. And again, you can only accept that things are happening for you for the good if your emotional maturity is up. If you've healed in some areas, if you've unpacked some other things that may have happened to you in the past or in your life before that may hinder your vision of what, is actually occurring. I like that. I like that from you. I think that's very important that you said that. That's pretty cool. Let's see what else she has to say.
Just having that knowledge and that feeling that this shit is happening for a reason. So for the second question, must you apologize for someone hurting you? Absolutely not. You cannot control what other people do. What you can control is how you react to those things.
Yes.
And
reaction is key.
Having a reaction is not wrong. So I think you have to keep all of that in mind when you are processing shit and figuring out how to cope with it and how to move past it.
Yep.
Just because something is happening or someone does something to you that hurts you, are you obligated to react to it? And then if you are going to choose to react to it, how do you react to it?
Right.
Instead of just saying, oh, it must be something I did. You have to be able to objectively assess whether or not you are the problem, and then go from there. So no, I do not think you must apologize for someone hurting you, because we're all in control of our own actions, and that person chose to do that to you. So the answer to that one is no.
Thank you for calling in, Bree. Appreciate that. Very informative. Yeah, reaction is everything too. How do you react when someone did something malicious to hurt you or to spite you? Regardless, not reacting at all, at least to the person that actually did something to you, or just processing it in a slower way so that you won't react in a malicious way back towards the person that actually did something to you, I think it's the best thing to do. And mature people ignore shit. I definitely struggle with that, but I'm getting there to the point where I can ignore shit that has occurred, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, really. You're either going to deal with it moving forward or you're not. You're either going to have this person in your life or you're not. You're either going to have a conversation and get through it or you won't. So why give an apology? Let's see what our second caller has to say. Let's go.
Hey, this is Keandra. I don't feel like I should have to accept things that I didn't ask for. I have the right to deny or reject those things.
Facts.
And in regards to apologizing for someone hurting me, I have done that before, but not in a way or in a sense that I was the one in the wrong, but in the sense that I apologized for whatever the miscommunication may have been that caused it. But that's my opinion on that.
Okay. I appreciate you calling in, Keandra. I think that even with apologizing for the miscommunication, I think that it comes from that person's emotional maturity level of them understanding what's actually going on, if something was intentional or not. And I know that sometimes, even if it's intentional or not, people react to whatever they're given or whatever has happened. But I think some people that are emotionally intelligent can decipher somebody doing something with malicious intent and somebody not doing something to actually hurt them. You can decipher between the two. And I think the response, you can usually tell somebody's emotionally maturity level from how they respond to certain things. If they're constantly triggered about everything, then they probably have some work to do. And I know that I used to be a person that responded to everything. But then when I started unpacking, I let a lot of go. So let's keep the calls coming in. And we got one more caller. Let's see what's up.
What up, though? It's your girl, Andrea Monroe from Head to Toe.
What's happening?
Okay. Hey, and I want to commentate on the two questions that you projected.
Okay.
Must you accept things that you never asked for, and must you apologize for someone hurting you? So the first question, must you accept things that you never asked for? And the question is, no. You do not have to accept things that you didn't ask for, because now it's contrary to your worth. It's contrary to what you have already set up in your mind as the standard. And anytime you go against the standard, now you're accepting things that are less than the value of what not only you have accounted yourself for, but the value of what God sees in you, in us. And so it's just like trying to take Canadian money to the store. That value does not hold in the United States. You cannot spend it here. You have to go to Canada and use that money in Canada. So it's the same. You can't accept things that has another home somewhere else. And you can't accept things that has value somewhere else when it does not resonate where you stand. And must you apologize for someone hurting you? Yes, you must apologize to yourself.
She going in. If it doesn't resonate, it needs to exit. Get on out of here. But yeah, if it doesn't resonate, it's not meant to. It doesn't serve you. And you don't have to apologize for something that is given to you that doesn't serve you. Isn't a part of your life, isn't a part of your journey, isn't a part of who you are, your makeup, your characteristics, nothing. Let it go. That's a whole bar. She going in.
You must and accept that you've allowed this to happen, and that if you continue to go back and allow that person to keep hurting you, you have to apologize to yourself. That's the only person that you have to apologize to. It's just yourself, because now you have to build yourself back up from that hurt. You have to heal what wasn't even supposed to be broken in the first place, and you have to allow yourself to realize that, hey, I never want to be in this position again, but in order for me to do the proper healing and so that it doesn't affect anybody else that comes after this, I must put the work in, and I must first forgive myself. And so the only thing that you're accepting from the other person is apology you may never receive. That person might not ever fess up and tell you what is true and what is owed to you, but you can't stay stuck because they might not ever do it. So accept the apology you may never receive, apologize to yourself, and don't accept things that has no value to where you are. That's all I got.
That's a bar. She went in. Wow. I'm rocking with that. That's a whole bar. Don't accept it. Don't apologize. Don't look for apologies. Just kind of take life how it is, Once again, this is the Twanee Talks Podcast. episode 2.
It's your boy Twanee Baby.
A KFY boy. Question of the day is, must you accept things that you didn't ask for? And also, must you apologize for someone hurting you? It's been a real good discussion today. I appreciate everybody that called in. Check us out on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, at Twanee Talks. And I want to end it off celebrating my homeboy, Mudnoc Slick, man. It's my dog. I love him. You know, it's my brother. This episode is going to be released after Father's Day, so I want to show love to some fathers. Mudnoc Slick, what up? We hit him with that hello world, and now we going to hit him with that Supa. You dig? Hey.
Alright. It's Mudnoc Slick.
It's your boy, Twanee Baby. This is the Twanee Talks Podcast.
You can already tell. Super clean, super fly.
Let's go. Hey, let's go.
I'm at the Super Bowl, looking super sharp, Everybody pointing fingers, looking super hard. Pops talking about he gotta be a superstar. Roll the whole shelf in the suite, call it Super Golf. Ayy. Stunning in my Prada shades. Special ed, little homie, I got it made. I used to serve a lot of J's. Now I'm straight, every day is a holiday. Happy Father's Day, I'm sunning these haters. You on your porch smoking ports, I'm stunting in Vegas. I'm done with the paper, pocket super mean. I get super high, and stay super clean. Super clean.
Hey. Make sure y'all follow that Instagram at Twanee Talks. Dig? Let's go. Follow my brother Mudnoc Slick at Mino_Slick on Instagram. What up, big bro? It's the Twanee Talks Podcast. I am your host, Twanee Baby.
It's your boy Twanee Baby.
A KFY boy. See y'all next time.